Peace and welcome. We're just getting everything set up here before we get started. Let's see. Getting everything together. So welcome today to, whoops, let's make sure that silence is golden. Who doesn't like silence? I love silence. I can spend a great deal of time in silence. So today is Monday, April 12th. And I have my two best buddies here. I have my son waiting for his class, remote learning, to begin. And of course, Nala is right here in my lap. And what you see on the table is one of my recent paintings. It's a 4x6 painting. I've been getting great feedback on my art. If you're interested in purchasing any or have a Hamsa created in a color scheme that you prefer, please let me know. And I just hope everything is going good here. Let me just make sure the volume. Let's see. All right, that volume, that's not working. Let's see, ringtone, notification. Okay. Welcome, Nima. Are you able to hear me, Nima? Welcome. Put in the comments. Okay, great. So I'll go ahead and get started then. So first, we always like to pay homage to the divine feminine. So we'll do a little reading from Kuan Yin, accessing the power of the divine feminine. I always like to have my Ankh. This Ankh I bought at AlienCon 2018, Pasadena 2018. I think it was called Vortex Oregon. They're out of Sedona, Arizona. So the last time we checked in with Kuan Yin, we looked at longevity Kuan Yin, whose keyword was safety. And I just flipped the page, obviously skipped one, and the page opened up to, let's see, can you see that? Kuan Yin of happiness, Kuan Yin of joy. So that's who we will have today. I woke up at 5:30 this morning. No, what time did I wake up? I woke up at 6, and I did better than I have been doing. I got out of bed at 6:30, did my meditation, but didn't get much further than that. Made breakfast. We had yellow polenta, organic yellow polenta grits with sardines. And that was good. So we're going to look at Kuan Yin of joy. The key word is happiness. So bear with me as the energies start to flow. Being a little bit sluggish this morning, that's okay. Kuan Yin sits upon clouds in the royal pose, offering her gentle compassion and her smile. She imparts the spiritual teachings with joy and happiness. In this form, Kuan Yin also protects seekers who are moving toward the peak of realization. Here, Kuan Yin appeals to us to adapt a playful and joyful attitude. Even if we have gone far in life, experienced many falls, and had to start anew, we should, like a child who tirelessly struggles to learn to walk, get up, laugh, and start all over again. On the mundane level of suffering, we are carried by Kuan Yin's compassion, and on the spiritual level, we can recognize life as the cosmic game it is and burst into relieved laughter. The combination of serenity and humor loosens the chains of seriousness and our identification with the limitations of ordinary life, and we can face our challenges with calm and ease. Suppose you are on the peak of Mount Sumeru and someone pushes you off. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and you will hang in midair like the sun. Suppose you are pursued by evil men who wish to throw you down from a diamond mountain. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and they cannot harm a hair of you. And that is a reading from the Lotus Sutra, chapter 25. Contemplation. Get in touch with Kuan Yin of joy when the serious side of life is weighing heavily upon you. Let yourself be inspired by her soft, serene smile and smile to yourself once again. In this way, you can reconnect to the lightness of being. Focus your attention on those areas in your life that are most cheerful and effortless. That's interesting. I was going through my lessons last night for my meditation, my 200-hour meditation training, teacher training course. And they were like, I think it was like 5 or 6 things. And one of them that he mentioned that my teacher, Nikolai Manik, had mentioned about making sure that we focus on what is good. And, just the whole thing. There is a verse in the Christian New Testament. I think it's Philippians. I'm not sure the chapter or the verse, but it goes something like this. Whatever is good, whatever is honest, whatever is righteous, whatever, is joyful, focus on those things. And that's sort of what we have right here. Focus your attention on those areas in your life that are most cheerful and effortless. We're going through the planet as a whole is going through a paradigm shift or a paradigm shift. And it's easy to get caught up in the anxiety. It's easy to allow ourselves to succumb to panic attacks, to the anxiety of whatever situation that we may or may not be dealing with. But is at this time, now more than ever, then that it is important that we focus on what's going right in our life, that we focus on what freedoms, internal and external freedoms that we have, that we continue to focus on the righteousness and the goodness that is life. And the more we focus on that, the more good that we focus on, and our energy will go in that place, and we can help shift the negative, shift the unreasonable, and shift it into a good space. So there you have it. So today we are looking at hexagram number 9 in the I Ching, and it's the taming power of the small, and it is wind over heaven. And the key words are self-restraint, self-sufficiency, careful preparations, resourcefulness, minor impediments, and adaptability. So there's the image. It looks like some beautiful dogwoods and a spider's web. So we'll tackle B.MSc Wind's translation, interpretation, translation first, and we're going to look at wind over heaven. Jun. Wind. Gentle thoughts, entering gently, proceeding conscientiously, flexibility, adaptability, influence, sensitivity, responsiveness, pervasiveness, assimilation. The direction is southeast. The season of yellow path is winter solstice. The season low Shu 9 halls, cardinal spring. The life aspect is wealth, finances, assets. Medically, it's related to the thighs, the legs, respiratory system, parasympathetic nervous system, large intestine, depression, and mental wellness. The chakra is the sacral chakra. The animal is the fowl. The archetype is the martial artist. And the immortal is He Jian Gu, patron of women diviners, female miracle workers, sorceresses, and witches. The empowered state of wind is hexagram number 57. And you have two yin lines. You have one yin line on the bottom and two yang lines on top. And the next aspect of this hexagram is heaven. So you have a creative force there. You have a wind which is very subtle, but also very strong in its subtleness. It's invisible. We can't see the wind, but we can definitely feel the effects of the wind. And now we're moving to heaven, which is 3 yang lines. So heaven is a very masculine energy. Creation, the creative force, divine yang, strength and creativity, expansive energy, the sky, power, authority, the celestial kingdom, the immaterial and intangible. And the element is metal. The element is metal. And did I get the other element? And the wind element is wood. The wind element is wood. Okay, direction for heaven is northwest. The season is yellow path, cardinal autumn. The season low Shu 9 halls, winter solstice. The life aspect is fatherhood, blessings, allies, friends, opportunities. Medically, it's connected to the head, brain, spinal cord, and nervous system. Mental or emotional states. The chakra is the crown chakra. And the animal is the horse. The archetype is the philosopher and the sage. The immortal is Han Yang Ji, patron of musicians. And the empowered state of this hexagram, of this bagua, is the hexagram number 1, which is the heaven, the creative force. Okay, I always love it when I open up the book and I turn right to the page. So before we get to B.MSc's interpretation, translation of this, we're going to look at Professor Kersan Hong, who is the professor of MIT, theoretical physicist. Okay, so he titles this hexagram Small Cattle. Excuse me, let me take a little sip of my yerba mate. It's 8:49, sweetheart. Okay, Small cattle, sign of the sacrifice. Thick clouds and no rain. From my west field cometh. Reverting to my own ways, who can blame me? All is well. And again, that's starting from the bottom of the hexagram and working its way up. So let me just make sure I get that in the frame. There, that way we can have the benefit of both. There we go. Okay. Yao number 2, being led home, good omen. Number 3, the wheel comes off the cart, husband and wife quarrel. Number 4, the punishment draws blood, go, exit gingerly and be safe. Number 5, the punishment is prison for enriching oneself at a neighbor's expense. And number 6, the top line, it rained and it cleared. A carriage picks you up. Danger for a woman after the full moon. Misfortune for a gentleman. And Benabel Wynn titles this hexagram, Gentle Wind and Subtle Influence. You gaze at the sky and see stillness, but passivity has taming power. The sky is in movement. There is wind spreading out the seeds. Wind is the least visible of all phenomena. I was just thinking about that. The other invisible is water, but you can at least tangibly touch the water, even though it will constantly escape your grasp. Wind is the least visible of all phenomena, and that wind is now harnessing the creative force, the force that is the strongest of all phenomena. Success in minor goals, a shepherd keeps his sheep calm with the calmness of his own mind. Power is accumulated by gently withholding its expression. Reminds me of the strength card in tarot. Power is accumulated by gently withholding its expression. And last but not least, we're going to check out Brother Brian Brown Walker's the I Ching, or Book of Changes, a guide to life's turning points. And again, if you were to just get one book on I Ching, this would be it. Okay. So Brother Brown, what is his name? Brian Brown Walker. He titles this hexagram number 9, is Xiao Chu, which I don't have no idea if that's correct, but bear with me. The taming power of the small. You are temporarily restrained. It's time for taking small steps. It's time to get moving. This hexagram signifies a time when darkness has temporarily enveloped the light. The creative power is present in the background, however, and will come forward in time. Your responsibility in this moment is to accept restraints quietly and remain content with taking small steps. Because you know, as that saying goes, everything in due time. The obstacles to success can only be removed now by gentle measures. Inside yourself, be focused and determined. On the outside, non-action, adaptability, neutrality, and tolerance are the order of the day. Ambitious behavior is to be avoided. Think of planting seeds rather than harvesting fruits. Do not forget that the inferior elements within yourselves, others, and the time, and that time itself may only be restrained now, not fully removed. Let me read that one more time. Do not forget that the inferior elements within yourself, others, and the time itself may only be restrained now, not fully removed. Do not be tempted into any engagement which will serve to unbalance you. Instead, hold quietly to the center and take small steps until the higher power has tamed the obstacles in your way. I shared a similar with someone on Facebook yesterday. I'd made a comment about how the circle is closing in on us like frogs simmering in a pot. And we all at times feel as though one circle or another is encroaching on our space and that we're being pushed back and back. We're being pushed into a position that does not feel comfortable for us. And what I shared with this person, there was a quote from Caroline Myss. She's a medical intuitive. A lot of you have probably heard of her. I was listening to Dr. Christine Northrup, and she quoted from Caroline Myss that the power behind your eyes must be greater. I'm going to check that verse out again. So let me make sure I have this right. Just want to make sure. Oh, that's not the right. Okay, hold on one second. So I want to make sure I have this right. And this is something that we all can lean back on and remember. And as we are holding back and taming the power of the small. Okay. So how did that quote go? Here it is. Maybe you can see that. The power behind your eyes has to be greater than the power in front of your eyes. So that's from my Facebook page from yesterday, from Caroline Myss. And so basically, what that is intimating to us is that, exactly about this this hexagram. The obstacles to success can only be removed now by gentle measures. Inside yourself, be focused and determined. Inside yourself, connecting to your center within. And when you connect with that center within, you are able to charge up and draw from and add to and draw from the power behind your eyes. Connecting to your higher self. Connecting to the God or goddess, however you want to put it, within. When you have that strong anchor, whatever is going on outside of you is not greater than the resilience, the strength, the adaptability of what is inside of you. So that is all about taming, the taming power of the small, pulling back, contracting, pulling back within yourself and gaining your strength. All right. So we finished that reading, and I will just pull one oracle card I want to do Oracle. Let me, it's kind of hard to get up because my kitty is on me. She does not want to move. You lay there, baby girl. I'm going to pull out. Now, let me bring the whole basket over here. All right. So we're going to check out animal spirit. Feel a calling for some animal medicine. So let's see what medicine we can draw from today. Okay. All right, here we go. Ooh, what a beautiful message. The Phoenix, relating to these trying times that we are in. But when you pull your energy back and you focus on your center, you focus on yourself, you too will rise like the Phoenix. And it's very spirit led. It's a very etheric energy. So let's see what we have to say about the Phoenix. Okay, whoops. All right. Trying to find that card here in the book. Here we go. The Phoenix. Freedom from suffering and past karma, reincarnation. The Phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. Ooh, that's a deep line, because I have been prone, when I'm pushed and pushed and pushed. Yep. Anyone who has been repeatedly pushed and subjected to, violence, whether it's verbal or physical violence, you can end up having a place of rage that you come from. Just don't hold on to that rage forever. Express it and release it. The Phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication, tapas. The essence of the Phoenix is within us when we realize we have been suffering too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At that moment, the spark of the Phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and dead weight fall into the ashes, and a lightness and clarity emerge as the stagnancy continues to smolder. The Phoenix lifts our spirits up and up, and we begin to recognize ourselves again. We may catch a glimmer in our eye that wasn't there before. Look closely. It's a sign that the fire of transformation is upon your wings. So that is our spirit animal whispering to us today, the Phoenix. And she's saying, rise, rise, rise. You got this. Okay, and last but not least, the cosmic deck of initiation. I think these are currently out of print. I don't know if Barbara DeLong has reissued them or not. Okay, so let's get to the truth behind this one. The cosmic deck of initiation. Well, let's put that there. And universal wisdom. Actually, I think that card completely matches the Phoenix. So let's see what Barbara DeLong has to say about universal wisdom. Hopefully I can find it easily. Universal, okay. Universal love, universal healing, universal compassion, universal wisdom. Wisdom awaits your experience and application. Wisdom carries for you release and growth. Wisdom grows from experience and is different for every individual and every situation. Wisdom is not knowing, it is understanding. Did you get that? Wisdom. So you don't get wisdom out of a book. You don't get wisdom because it's what someone has said to you. Wisdom is acquired through working with the experience, through totally and truly embracing the experience that you've had or something that you've read, but that once you ingest it into your soul, you're able to absorb the nutrients and utilize it. You understand it, or you understand it, or some people say you overstand it. Wisdom is not knowing, it is understanding. Wisdom is guiding you and opening you to the greater mysteries of the universe. Live your wisdom, breathe life into it. When you're ready to embrace, and you know what, it doesn't, you don't make a decision to do it. You actually do the work, and then one day you wake up and poof, you've transformed into the phoenix. But it was only through your dedication of trusting in yourself and believing in yourself and going through the motions and the hard work and dedication, the commitment you've made, the transmutation that you're willing to process. And then one day, one night, you go to sleep and you might have a powerful dream. You might have a butterfly flying next to you and accompanying you home. You might see a dragonfly at your windowsill. But it's in that moment that all of a sudden you wake up and you are the phoenix and you are ready to rise up out of the ashes. And it's not the ashes of your life. It's the ashes of your past life. A phoenix doesn't rise without the fire of wisdom beneath her feet and wings. So just remember that. And excuse the stumping. That's my son having a remote class. I guess they're getting them to do some exercise. He's stumping and clapping. So anyway, thanks for joining Nala and myself for today. I hope that you enjoyed the readings. Kuan Yin of Joy, Hexagram number 9, and that you're ready to embrace. You've done your own work and you're ready to embrace the phoenix within. I wish you peace and great bliss. Have a wonderful day. Let's see if I can stop this live stream. Still working on that. Okay.